Oh, I am so overwhelmed by the incredible hard work and support and faith and friendship and love that each of you as my family here on stage and my friends and as Californians put into this campaign. This campaign has absolutely and truly been about everyone in this room and everything we know and believe in terms of who we are and who we can be as a state of people who understand what it means to be the best of California, which means knowing and we can be smart, and all the time be dedicated to our history while being empowered to know our destiny and knowing where we can go based on the best traditions of who we have been as a state, which is that place which will always be the source of innovation and the place that shows everyone else how things can get done. And all of you in this room are a part of that wonderful challenge and that success. And I thank you all. And I want to family and friends and Californians, and I do humbly accept that, you know, many of us have talked about this process, which we started about 1.5 years ago. And one of the things that we all know is that the process has value. That includes the outcome. But the process itself has value in terms of our ability to meet new people, to educate ourselves about issues, to recognize the incredible work and contribution that so many people have made to our state, those who are in private sector, those who hold government jobs, those who are working in nonprofits, and those who hold elected offices. And in this Democratic primary, we have in many ways faced an embarrassment of riches. We have had many great candidates who I have worked with over the last 1.5 years. And I want to recognize them because each of these individuals has added something not only to this process, but to my understanding and belief about what is important to our state. Rocky Delgadillo, I thank you for the work that you have done, recognizing that a city and a county and a community that cares about safety will take on gang crime and do it in a way that will be serious and about consequences and showing that there can be success. I recognize and I thank Ted Lieu for the work that he has done as a legislator to take on corporate greed and fraud and to show the power of an elected person to have courage in the face of power. I recognize Chris Kelly for being a voice that is a new voice in the process and in the way that we believe we should always be inclusive as a party in recognizing that we have a big tent, which means that we welcome those who we may not have seen in the tent before and we value their contribution. I recognize and thank Alberto Tarico for the work that he has done in this race to take on and to say that in these very important offices, we must recognize that issues that impact children are not small issues because they are small people, but in fact big issues. And he, Alberto Tarico, throughout this campaign, talked about the need to take seriously issues like early intervention and early education. Recognize Pedro Nava, who throughout this process and in his very long-standing career as an elected leader has been one of the most vocal and outspoken protectors and activists in favor of protecting our environment and understanding that it is an issue that is not just about the air and water, it is an issue that is about people and caring about safe and healthy communities. And to all of them I say, it has been an honor to work with you. And I will, after this process, and starting tomorrow, call on you to ask you to help us put those great ideas that you put forward in this campaign to work, and to work with me as we do everything we will do as a Democratic Party to be unified. About the contribution of all of those great leaders, and it has been about recognizing what we talk about so much because we know and believe that it is time that we as a state got tough and smart on crime. It is time that we as a state understand that to be true to innovation means to put aside what has been an obsolete system that has been focused on and invested in the status quo, which means a revolving door of crime, instead of doing what we need to do to create leadership around being tough and smart, shutting those revolving doors, being invested in reentry, understanding gang crime must be a priority, but so too, and equally important, will be early intervention and an issue like truancy. We will take on those predators who have preyed on our most vulnerable, those predatory lenders, those people who have perpetuated mortgage fraud that has gone without consequence in this state and has victimized our most vulnerable populations who are only doing what we asked them to do when we said we should aspire to live the American dream. Those predators need to be taken on and they need to be locked up, and the next Attorney General of the state of California can do that. For the state of California means to represent the people of the state of California, this the most populous and largest state in our country. And that means understanding that when our president passed, along with our speaker, health care reform, it was the right thing to do because the people of our country and this state deserve to be protected, and in particular deserve to be able to receive medical care at an affordable rate when they need it. And the next Attorney General of the state of California. Let's be clear, it absolutely is and must be the work of the next Attorney General for the state of California to ensure that the disaster and tragedy that happened in the Gulf of Mexico never happens in California. This challenge, because right now there are a bunch of Texas oil companies trying to put their fingers in California and take on AB 32, and folks, I'm here to say I will not let that happen without that the reason I know we're going to get it done, and I'm talking about get the work done, is because we have been running a campaign thus far, and as we go forward, that has absolutely been the best of and true to the ideals of what it means to be Democrats. We have been running a campaign that has been about not only the grassroots, but the netroots. It has been a campaign that is about walking in Modesto and Bakersfield and Oakland and Compton and Palo Alto and talking with folks in the way that they want to be talked with, which is understanding, as we all have said so many times, we may seemingly be different because of our zip code, perhaps, but we are all the same in terms of what we want for the children we raise, what we want in terms of protection for our elders, what we want in terms of knowing that we will get tough when people violate our rights and violate the law, but we can be smart in the process of enforcing those laws.
Yes. Yeah.
And the work that we have done has been about empowering people, and that is what this campaign represents. It represents talking to people, understanding that they matter and they count, and letting them know that they are a part of this, they are included in this, and we want their help. We have got a lot of work to do toward November, and I know we will get it done because we are clear of purpose and clear of mind. Woo! And that is about recognizing that California is a great state. As a daughter of this state, I know it to be true. But we have challenges. And in that way, we have got a lot of good work ahead of us. And you know what we always say, we're a campaign that believes in hard work, but we also believe it can be fun work. So I want to say to everybody here, let's celebrate tonight. Knowing that we are not going to, in the face of challenge, throw up our hands, but instead we will roll up our sleeves, and in particular, as a group, bring home that ticket in November, which means electing Jerry Brown, the governor of the state of California. Which means returning California to her rightful place as the place of promise, but also as a place that gets things done because we are true to the core values of what it means to be a democracy. And that is about recognizing the needs of poor people. It is about recognizing the needs of people who have been the subject of hate or bias. It is about protecting all vulnerable people and understanding that in these offices, we take on a position of responsibility to take on the public trust in a way that most of all represents them as the people in every way that they exist and live, and mostly in a way that ensures that they can be safe, and we will be tough and smart to get that job done. I thank you all so very much.